Hey y'all, this is Dina. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so I am back tonight with a cute, quick little project. We're going to make little koozies for our bottles. They are Velcro, so super easy. Look here, I got one on the can. And yeah, so I think they're super fun. Wouldn't they be so cute at the craft fair? They'd be so cute just anywhere. I mean, if you have company over, you could have a bunch of koozies ready to go and they could take it home as a gift. Wouldn't that be so fun? Okay, let me show you how I made these. Okay, so what you're going to need is you're going to need 2 pieces of fabric cut 5.5 by 11.5. And I'm going to use 2 different colors, one for the front and one for the back. And then I'm going to use 2 pieces of fusible fleece. And I'm going to use a piece of fusible insulated, or it's not fusible, just insulated fleece. I've never used this particular product before because I've always made these just with 2 pieces of fleece. But I went to Joann's yesterday and I asked the lady what is the best thing to do to sew to make something insulated. And she recommended this, so I'm going to give it a try. She did heed a warning, do not put this in your microwave. So this cannot go in the microwave. Okay, so let's just get started. You're going to see how fast this is. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to iron my fleece to each piece of my fabric. Okay, so I'm going to jump over here to my ironing board. And I'm going to get this all fixed up here so we can get going on this. Okay, so I have finished ironing the fleece to the backs of my fabric. So how you're going to set this up is you're going to put the pretty side up, which is the fabric. You're going to take the pretty side of this fabric and turn it over and put it face down. And then you're going to take your insulated piece, your insulated fleece, and you can put it up or down. It doesn't really matter. And you're going to lay it on top of each other. And now we're going to sew. We're going to start sewing about 1.5 inches out and go all the way around, leaving about a 2-inch opening here so we can turn it. So let's just get going on that. I am going to start right down here, about 1.5 inches from the bottom. I'm going to back stitch at the beginning and end. So we have to do some tugging to turn this, so we want to make sure it stays nice and straight. I need to use my down feature there. Let me move it over just a tad there. Okay, hold this as straight as you can. If you want to pin this, you can pin it. I'm just going to try to hold mine in place the best that I can. And keep all my layers together. Watch the fingers. Didn't mean to bump y'all there, y'all. Okay, one more side. You can sew the fleece side on this side of the insulated fleece, or you can sew it upward. I find that it's a little easier for me to sew on the fleece side and not the insulated side of this. So go down here, gonna give it a turn. Okay, So I've left myself a little opening here, you can see. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you have a lot of bulk, go ahead and cut the corners and maybe trim off some of the bulk on the edge. So I'm going to trim this. Just kind of trim some of it down. Doesn't have to be totally straight or anything. I just don't want a bunch of bulk on the edge here. Now my stitch length was a 2.5 stitch length. My sewing needle is just a regular 9014. I didn't use any special needle for this. If you find yourself having a hard time, like maybe pulling the fabric through, if you have a walking foot on your machine, you can use that as well. Okay. So let's just get this all turned inside out. I'm going to move y'all over so we have a little room to work. Okay. Okay, so let's just get to turning. I'm going to reach in there and I'm going to grab my fabrics. Go in the center where the fabric is. I'm going to start pulling it through. I love this Mickey. I love all Mickey fabrics. I love all Mickey fabrics. Yeah, we're supposed to have some major rain in the next 2 days here. I'm actually off of work tomorrow. I worked a little extra last weekend, so I added a little vacation time to it so I could take off tomorrow. And I'm gonna stay home and work on my projects. I can hardly wait for that. I'm gonna grab my stick. Maybe my husband will get lucky and I'll have dinner ready for him when he gets home. Yeah, there we go. Pushing these corners out. Really glad I've got some sewers out there that are watching, because I've got a lot of great ideas for sewing projects. Okay, so get your corners poked out. Those look pretty good. I actually think this is the best corners I've poked out on here. Okay, so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine and or my ironing board, and I'm going to get this pressed down. And then I'll show you guys what's next. So I have pressed it all down. Looks pretty good. I have folded in the ends here where I had turned it. And now I'm going to start my sewing there. Okay? So let me just get going over here to the sewing machine. And I will show you what it looks like when it's all done. I'm going to sew a seam all the way around. Get my threads back here. You can change your thread to black if you want. I'm going to try to sew as straight as I can with my white thread because my Velcro is also white. So try to sew this as slow and straight as I can into my corners and turn it. So straight. If you're using a different color thread like I'm doing, try to go as straight as you can because it shows up if you don't have a good straight stitch. So I'm going to go a little bit slower so I can get this sewed down. There is a craft fair this weekend in the town I live in. I'm gonna go 1 or 2 more stitches. And I almost signed up for it. In a way, I'm glad I didn't. We're expecting rain all Saturday. I hope that they're able to go ahead and get that inside somewhere, because there's no way with 80% rain they'll be able to have it outside. So I'm praying for all the crafty friends out there. And I put my presser foot down here. Try to go as good as I can. Coming to the end, we're almost done with this little project. And my corners are kind of curved, so I'm going to try to sew it curved. And I'm going to back stitch. Okay, so that didn't turn out too bad. So let's just get this trimmed up. We're going to add our Velcro and we will be done. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to grab my iron over here and I'm going to press it down again. I like things good and pressed when I'm sewing. And let's get this Velcro attached. Okay, so the Velcro that I'm using, and I've got thread attached to it. Okay, the Velcro that I am using, I got it at Joann Fabrics. I'm gonna look for some different, because this one there's only 24 inches on here, and it was like, I don't know, $6, but I got it half off. That's too expensive. I wanted to be cheaper than that. So I think I might have to buy the Velcro like by the yard or something like that. So I think that's what I'll do, because it's been a while since I made this project. So I think that I'm gonna have to get different Velcro. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Velcros and I'm gonna cut it at 4 inches. You can actually measure if you want and just cut it, or you can cut it at 4 inches. It's approximately 4 inches is what you're going to be needing. This is fusible, so I'm going to peel the paper off of one side, or not fusible, it's sticky. I'm going to peel off the sticky side, and I'm going to attach it over here on the end. It's very sticky. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna peel off the other paper on the other one, because I had put these together so I can line them up. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna take my koozie and fold it over, and I'm gonna try to line this up on the fabric where I want it. Press it down. That way they kind of lined up. Oh, I just moved this one. Let me fix it. Well, putting it like that didn't do me any good. Come off. Okay. Okay, line it up with your seam, okay, y'all? Because you want your seam to be pretty close. Let me see what this one looks like. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to sew all the way around on each piece of Velcro so we can hold this in place. Try to sew as straight as you can. Even though it's sticky, You saw what happened when I pulled it. You have to make sure that it's going to stay on. It's going to have a lot of wear and tear. I'm just sewing it straight on here. And we got one more piece and we will be done. Okay, I'm just going to back stitch right there. Lift it up. Okay, so there's one. Now I'm going to do this other one. And that's it. Super easy, huh, y'all? Here we go. Coming to the home stretch. Back stitch. And there we go. All done. So super easy. Okay, so let me get this all, let me get this trimmed. Doesn't look too bad. You can see right here and here, that's where I sewed it. And you can see it's gonna fit perfectly. See, look, y'all, I like it. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like on the drink. Okay, here we go, we're on the home stretch here. Okay, move this over. Let me borrow my thing of green tea. I'm gonna put it on here. I'm gonna pull it. Look at that, y'all. There you go. And that's what it will look like. See? This one is 5 1/4 in height. This is 5 1/2. You can see it's a little bit higher. So this is 5 1/2 by 11 1/2. This is 5 1/4 by 11 1/4. Because I made this one a little smaller because it's a can. And look, it fits pretty good. Actually, the 11 1/2 would probably work well for that too. So anyway, there you go. What do y'all think, y'all? Love these little koozies. They're so cute. Okay, so well, I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that you will give this project a try. And yeah, let me know what you think of this, and let me know if you're going to give it a try. And yeah, I hope that everyone has a great night. Oh, and by the way, y'all, I'm real close to 7,000 subscribers. So yeah, there'll be a giveaway coming pretty soon because I'm hitting 7,000. So probably real soon, within the next week, I'm going to do a giveaway. And so stay tuned for that. And yeah, hope you make a few koozies. Yeah, they're pretty fun and cute. Okay, y'all. Y'all have a good night. And thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I appreciate each one of you. Y'all are all awesome. Thank you so much. And y'all have a great night. Bye.